Hello crafty beaders! Simple and elegant, this is what I promised in the title, and this is exactly what you get today. Keep watching if you want to learn how to make this bracelet in no more than 15 minutes as soon as you get how the stitch goes. Nice, huh? Our bracelet is made with 11 O's and some 6mm gemstones. We have in this case sodalite, and then they are equally spaced to get the full length of our bracelet. And this time I have ended my bracelet with a clasp, with a toggle clasp. Even if this bracelet is extremely thin, the technique reinforces it so much that it gets the benefit of strength and in the same time very flexible. So let's get started. For this bracelet that we are going to work together, we are going to use the same 11O in blue and some mother of pearl beads that are called beans. I think they are very pretty, and this color combination is very appropriate for summer because we are going to get into summer soon. Make sure you have at hand the split rings, because this is how we usually make our half of the clasp. And I'm going to use this type of toggle clasp to be in line with the design that comes from the beads. We start by picking up 4 seed beads and we stack them up. We actually create a 2 beads herringbone, straight herringbone strip, and we go back again to reinforce this point that will be connected with the clasp. And now we go back down with the needle facing the direction where the tail is, and we start adding our clasp. We make the half of the clasp, and for this we pick up 4 seed beads. We pick up 1 of our split rings and go back through the first 2 stacked seed beads. And now we just reinforce a few times by going around this loop that we have just created. And I would go one more time. We go up to the first 2 stacked seed beads, and now when we have the working thread in the opposite direction, of the tail, we can start building up our bracelet. The technique consists in picking up 2 seed beads, going through the next one, and now we turn to the one under the seed bead that we have added in this stack, and this is how we build up our herringbone. So to make it easier for you, make sure that your thread comes up from the right and the needle goes down to the left, and this way you know exactly what to do. So go down and then go up through the last 2, pick up 2, go down through the next, and go up through the next 2. And this is how we build the strap of the bracelet. Now let's do a quick measurement and find out how much we work. So let's assume that we are working with a 6.5 inches bracelet, the length around the wrist. We take off 1 inch, which will be for the clasp, covered by the clasp, so we have 5.5. Let's see how much our beads take. So our beads together are about 125. So we have 5.5 minus 125. This is 425 inches that are left for the bracelet strap itself. Now in between these two we are going to leave some space, so let's assume that we leave half an inch. So minus half an inch, this is 375, and when we divide by 2 it's about 180. So about, let's say, 175, 180 of an inch. This would be our strap on one side, then 1 bead, half an inch of the strap again, the second bead, and then the rest up to 5.5 with the second strap, which we must make sure that is equal with the first one. So now we proceed with the 2 bead herringbone for 1 and nearly 80 of an inch. And I'll continue doing this off the camera, and I'll come back when it's time to add the first bead. Let's work together the last stitch that I need to get the length of my bracelet. So the thread coming out from the right, we go pick up 2 seed beads, go through the left seed bead, then we move the thread under and go up through the last 2 seed beads. And now it's time to add one of the beads. And for this we pick up the bead, we pick up 2 seed beads, the usual ones that we work with our technique. Now we go through the 1 seed bead from the left. We finish our technique for the last stitch, so we turn to the right, go under the first, and then under one of the seed beads that we have just added. And this way the bead is included and we can continue our technique. So, us being here, we continue with picking up 2 seed beads, go through the one that is at the left, we move the thread to the right and go under the last 2 seed beads. And this is how we continue our technique. And now for 1/2 inch, we just continue this way. So the thread comes out from the right seed bead, we pick up 2, go down through the first seed bead on the left, then move the thread back to the right and go up through the last 2 seed beads. And we continue like this for 1/2 inch. Here we have our 1/2 inch in between the beads, and we add the second bead and we do the same way. So the thread comes out from the right, we pick up the bead and 2 seed beads. Then we go down through the bead and down the seed bead that is at the left. Now we move the thread to the right and we go up only through the last one and through one of the beads that we have just added. We pull the thread, and now with this seed bead on the right, we pick up 2, go through the seed bead on the left, move the thread to the right and go under the last 2 seed beads, and we continue our technique, and we create another strap equal with this one. Here we are at the last stitch that would make our half a strap equal to the first one that we've made. And let's just check again. Let's just check again. Yes. And now we add the other side of our clasp, and for this we pick up 4 seed beads, 2, 4, then our split ring and go back down, let's say 2 seed beads from the stack. We move the thread, go back up through the next 2 that belong to the strap and through the loop of 4 that we have just added, and we reinforce by going back. We can go back down more than 2, and the only thing that matters is to make sure that when you go to the right you don't go in an angle but just horizontally, and we move the thread up. This is a good way to reinforce in the same time the clasp and the end of the bracelet. Okay, and once more up. Here we only need to go back up and down only 1 or 2 seed beads to create a loop that will finish our work. Here we are, and we cut the thread. The tail that we had at the beginning of our work, we just weave it in and reinforce the end of the bracelet a little more. And here we go up 2, down 2, and here we have our loop. Okay, and now we cut the thread. And here we have our lovely bracelet finished. The only thing that we still need now is to add the clasp. I'll just quickly go and grab 2 jump rings. Here I have my jump rings and my clasp, and using our pliers we just open the jump ring, connect it to one end of the bracelet and then to 1/2 of the toggle clasp, and then we just close it back. Okay. And now the other jump ring, open, connect to the split ring from the bracelet and the second half of our toggle clasp. And here we have our finished bracelet. And this looks like this. I think is a very, very pretty and quick bracelet. And here we take it off, and here we have it. Here I want to show you one bracelet that I have made, and I want to publish it as part of our June Beaders Tribe exclusive tutorials. So if you want to know how to make this absolutely gorgeous bracelet with only 6mm pearls, 3mm bicones, and 11/0 seed beads, and with a magnetic clasp, just sign up for the email list, and I will send you the private list to the tutorial for this bracelet. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe and comment, and see you soon with our next tutorial. Ciao ciao!